because these dry conditions are really going to become a factor, especially moving forward. The breeding season starts in October.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's a complete different story the past couple of years.
Yes.
We've had quite a rain season here last year and the year before. And this year, unfortunately, it's not panning out to be the case. The storm track is well up to the north, and that's what we have been seeing here lately. Parts of California, yes, they've been getting in some wet weather, but it hasn't been the case here in Southern California with the storm track remaining well up to the north. So as we continue here into next week, high pressure system remaining in place out in the Pacific. So we have this ridge of high pressure. You see the jet stream lifting up to the north as we continue into the coming days, keeping things under control. But we'll be watching as we head into next week, specifically Tuesday and Wednesday. You see the dip in the jet stream aligned with Southern California. This is really going to strengthen the winds, and we're talking about Santa Ana winds. So it's dry, and you have the very windy conditions, and we're talking about some concerns as we head into next week. So let's go over the wind gust futurecast, and we put this into motion. And continue throughout the day here on Monday, where we're starting to see some breezes, especially up in the high desert. You see over in the area of Lancaster and right around Palmdale, we're looking at wind gusts getting close to 25 miles an hour, also in Victorville. But as we continue into Tuesday, you start to see the shift in the winds, and look how intense it will get as we head into the afternoon hours. Look at the coloring. We're looking at some of the purples and also some light pinks, an indication of wind gusts around 50, even upwards of 60 miles an hour, especially in those wind prone areas. So you see, especially in the wind sheltered areas, for example, downtown LA, it's going to be gusting pretty good around your way as we head into Tuesday as well. And that's why we have a high wind watch that's been posted for much of the region, for the exception of the high desert. But you see much of Ventura County, much of LA County. This is including not only the valleys, but also the basin, down into much of Orange County and the Inland Empire. We're looking at wind gusts, possibly 60 miles an hour plus in some spots. So strong enough to down trees and power lines. Power outages would be possible as we head into next week. And something else I'd like to note, it's been very dry. I know Jonathan mentioned bone dry conditions. Well, here you have it. Moisture futurecast, a lot of the purples and some of that brown, an indication of that dry air. When you start to see more of the blues and some of the greens, that's the indication of moisture in the atmosphere. So you see, as we head into next week, it will be bone dry as we continue throughout the week, and that's why there are those concerns. So because of the combination of a couple of things, we have a fire weather watch that has been posted for much of Ventura County and LA County because of the strong damaging winds we're forecasting, low relative humidity, so very high fire danger to be expected. And as we continue into, even as we head into late next week and the week after, this is the precipitation outlook. You see some of that brown out in the west, an indication of drier than normal conditions. So this dry stretch expected to continue, unfortunately. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast for the basin. Temperatures will be in the low 70s. Again, we'll be watching carefully, especially in a wind sheltered area like the basin. We're forecasted to see some winds, some strong winds Tuesday and Wednesday. Windy conditions for the coast beginning on Tuesday. That threat will continue mid to late week. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. The winds cranking up beginning on Tuesday for the valleys. That will continue throughout the rest of the work week, as well as for the Inland Empire. Temperatures here in the 70s in the valleys and IE. For the high desert, temperatures in the 60s with very strong gusty winds here for Tuesday and Wednesday. Also for the low desert, dry stretch will continue for you too. And lastly, for the mountains, sunny skies, temperatures in the 50s, coming down into the 40s on Tuesday, and the winds will start to pick up around that time. That was your forecast. Over to you, Olivia.
All right.